Hello friends, it is finally time to film a video that I have wanted to film since May, celebrating 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube. My heart is so full of gratitude for this community that has chosen to watch our videos over the last 5 years. May was actually 5 years celebration of when we started our YouTube channel, This Alaska Life, and it felt very fitting that at 5-year mark, we hit 100,000 subscribers. We have never wanted to be a viral channel. We have never tried to grow overnight and just like, some people are like, oh, if I could just go viral. I feel like going viral sometimes puts you on the wrong side of the internet. I was very happy with slow and steady for a few reasons. Slow and steady means that you have time to figure out what you want to talk about. Those first videos, some of them were okay, some of them were absolutely terrible. I had good ideas, poor execution of those ideas, and sometimes I just had bad ideas. Sometimes I just did a poor job showing what I wanted to show. And it's nice that you have a smaller audience when you kind of have those growing pains. Now, I am not perfect now, but I feel like I have come a really, really long way, and I'm just grateful that the audience has grown the way that it has with our channel. 100,000 subscribers is mind-blowing. If you had told Lauren of 2020 that 100,000 people would hit that subscribe button and that 50 to 100,000 people would watch almost every video that we put out now, I don't know if I would have believed you, because it is just so amazing. This community is amazing. Now I'm going to take us back to May when we were waiting to hit that 100,000, and I'll show you what happened then. Okay, we are at 99,993. I'm going to keep this on so that we can celebrate when we reach 100K. This is the live subscriber feed, so it updates anytime. So sometimes we only get 10 subscribers in a day. So there's no guarantee we're actually gonna hit 100,000 while I'm sitting here, but I just figured I would have it up. I usually only check about once a week what our subscribers are at, but if I can catch it moving to 100,000, that feels exciting, so. Not sure why it keeps going up and down, but that's probably what it does every day. I just don't realize it. Getting so close. I'm having a hard time paying attention and focusing because I'm just watching this out of the corner of my eye. We made it! 100,000! I'm getting emotional because it's not because of the number. I'm getting emotional because those are real people that subscribe. 5 years this next week. 5 years of putting videos out there and being cheered on by the most amazing community through some really hard things. But also a lot of amazing adventures, a lot of Costco shopping. I pick up the camera. I'm not talking to a camera. I feel like I'm talking to my friends. I envision all of you behind the camera, watching in your homes. So, while the number is fun, and it was kind of a goal to get here, our slow and steady progress of people finding us and wanting to be here. So, thank you. This is exciting. It's fun. But mostly I just feel really grateful for all of you. That was fun to get to watch it turn to 100,000 though. It's been a great 5 years, and I hope it's going to be many more. YouTube is kind of a wild ride of emotions, but for the most part, it has just been a blessing to get to share our lives with all of you and to be cheered on by all of you. As you can see, it was very, very emotional for me hitting that 100,000 subscribers. Like, I don't take any of this for granted. It has been a lot of hard work along the way, but we're just really, really grateful. We didn't really do anything big to celebrate that. I kind of thought we would have like a dinner or something, but it was the beginning of summer, and summer just rolled on when our plaque here that is now on the wall came for our 100,000 subscribers. I was not even at the house. We were on a trip to Seward with the kids. Mark was home, and so he said, "Hey, your plaque came." It was sitting on the porch when he got home from work, and we opened it when we got back. The plaque is a nice little recognition, but really the people that watch our channel are what matter. When I started my YouTube journey, I didn't realize how much that mattered, was who you're talking to. And once I discovered that, I feel like the channel had a whole lot more heart behind it. It was so much less about me and more about what am I sharing with my friends here on the channel? Who am I talking to? What would they want to see? It made me realize things like Costco shopping videos. Yes, they're about showing Costco. They're showing what our prices are, what we can buy up here, what we buy as a hunting fishing family. That's like the surface level of why I film Costco videos. But then I realized who my audience was, and I realized things like these are people that either are raising their families and they want to feel a connection to another mom that is raising their family, or they are somebody who has already raised their family and are just looking for that like nostalgia of like buying food for a big family. So I know that both things are important, but once I discovered that it was more about a mom taking care of her family, and that's what I was sharing rather than just going grocery shopping and sharing prices, that's the heart behind why I share what I share. So you may not know my story of why I started a YouTube channel in the first place. For as long as I can remember, I always have to have a side project. I was a teacher until Hunter was born. I did finish out the school year after he was born. I had somebody watch him, a friend, but I did not go back to teaching after that. As he got a little bit older, I swapped babysitting with a friend, and I was a substitute at the school that I had taught at for a long time. And then as life got busier, I kind of faded away from that. Then I did things like I taught kids in China English online using my teaching degree. Then I started a crafting business where I sold things at the store that I sometimes show you guys. At the time it was called Revive. It is now called The Nest & Co. And then I moved on to organizing and decorating. That was kind of my passion. I loved decorating and organizing my own house. I loved doing projects. And so I started a business where I was helping people do that. I did several pantries and just some organizing of laundry rooms and making them beautiful, but also functional. But then 2020 hit, the pandemic, and people stopped inviting you into their homes. I had made a few YouTube videos to go along with my organizing and decorating. But the problem with that channel is that it felt kind of forced. Phone. It felt a little bit forced because I would have to like send the family away and set the table for Valentine's Day or do an organizing project just to have a video. And maybe I wasn't really needing to do that organizing project, and I would end up buying a bunch of bins and things that I wouldn't have already planned on buying. It was fun, but it felt a little bit forced because I didn't have a lot of different projects to be working on. But I thought, hey, I I'm going to keep living my life in Alaska. We're going to keep going to the cabin. We're going to keep hunting. We're going to keep fishing. We're going to keep making dinner. So maybe I could transition and make a channel about that. I knew enough about YouTube at that time to not start putting my Alaska videos onto my decorating channel because the audience was just not interested in the same things. So I archived that channel and just stopped posting on it. I actually tried to revive it a couple times when I got that itch to do organizing and decorating projects, but eventually realized my heart was in the This Alaska Life channel. So I just put all my effort into the This Alaska Life channel because we were going to be continuing to live our life even through the pandemic. And like I said, back at the beginning, those videos were... some of them were terrible. I just didn't quite know. I didn't have the right filming equipment for my type of filming. I had the camera that I'm filming on here where it needs to be on a tripod, and I was trying to walk around with it, which would make you sick. You need something like a GoPro or something on a gimbal so that it's not like bouncing all the time and things like that. So I learned that over time. The videos got better. I understood my audience better. I understood YouTube better, and I was able to create this channel that has grown to 100,000 subscribers. So when people ask me what my channel is about, I get asked that whenever I say, hey, I'm a content creator or I'm a YouTuber. I say I share what it's like to be a mom in Alaska. So the channel is about me. And I know that some people don't agree with this, but I do choose to obviously show my children on camera. And I will tell you my reasons why I choose to share. And I respect those people that do not. I know they have good reasons as well. I don't force my children to be on camera. If they are not in a video, I don't worry about it. If I go to Costco by myself, I don't worry that I'm not bringing the kids along because the channel is about me and my perspective as a mom in Alaska. But that being said, we are a family that does things together all the time. If you've seen any number of videos, we cook together, we clean together, we recreate together, we go shopping together. I rarely go anywhere without having at least one child along, and often it's all 5 of them. I've had a little bit of a break of that this summer with my mom here, and at times I've used babysitters to, if I was feeling overwhelmed with taking the baby along to certain things. But for the most part, we are a family that do things together. And so if I were to kick my kids out of the kitchen to film a cooking video, when they really want to come and help cook, that would not be a good dynamic in our household. I would be filming very, very little if my children were not involved. And I think that's a really cool dynamic for families to be able to see that you can include your children in all of these activities, that there are times when you can go and do some things alone, but that it's okay to bring your kids along on vacations and adventures. And that has been one of our superpowers as a family, is that we do so many things together. I think about Mark taking Hunter and Bennett when they were just teeny tiny duck hunting. I have these pictures in my mind of them. Hopefully I can find it and share it here. They were so excited. They didn't touch the gun. They just wanted to get up at 4 a.m., go hike out with Dad, and be there while he harvested these ducks. And then they came home, they helped get the meat ready, and they loved eating it. Just a couple days ago, Mark took Hunter, Bennett, and Weston duck hunting. He stayed with Weston. Hunter and Bennett were able to go a little further out and help each other out. And it's like, because Mark started when they were so young, including them, they are just like so excited about it now as teenagers. And so we've just always tried to include our kids in as many things as possible. Now we do try and do things just on our own and with friends to keep that part of our lives good as well. And we try and go on dates, just the 2 of us, but really we just do things together. So if you ever wonder why my family is shown on video, it's because it would be more detrimental to them, in my opinion, to ask them not to be on camera at this point in their lives. Now, that being said, I make money here on this YouTube channel, and I know my kids are in the videos. And so I do have bank accounts for each of them, and they get paychecks if they show up in videos, if they help with any sort of video, like if they want to be in charge of the camera, or if they want to help with any sort of editing. Hunter took an editing class at middle school and showed some interest in editing for a little while, then I will pay them for those things because they are part of this channel and I want them to be compensated for that. I do have some very strict rules. I want you to understand, like, I do not take putting my kids out there lightly. Very early in making my videos, I shared a video at Costco that I thought was completely fine, but Everett did something that made the internet mad. I think it was that he got out of the cart and he laid on the floor and looked up at the Christmas lights on a Christmas tree at Costco. People were not very happy with that. And it was good because that video was very small. Right then and there, I decided that I would be extremely picky about what I share about my kids. Things like if they are fighting or they are whining or they are having a bad day or they are hurt, that is not my content. That is when I turn the camera off and I am just mom. So if sometimes people say, wow, your kids are so well behaved. I have amazing children. I love all of them and they are fantastic. But they are children. They have all the emotions. They have all the wiggles and the energy, and they are 100% kids. But I choose not to show anything that would put them in a bad light, that would continue on with their life and make them be embarrassed or sad. There could be a few things that maybe they find a little bit embarrassing, maybe as they get a little bit older if they did something silly. But I will never show my kid in the bathtub. I will never pull the camera out if they break a bone and we're going to the emergency room. Now I will explain really quickly, and you may have seen this recently, Bennett broke his arm. Oh, Bennett's getting a cast. So we explained that he broke his arm and that he's getting a cast, but we didn't film when we went and found out. We didn't film him getting x-rays. We didn't film him getting the cast on. I just feel like that kind of stuff should probably be more private. So I have strict rules about those kind of things. Family moments often need to be just family. So when the twins were born, I filmed a tiny bit and I really only filmed that for myself, but then afterwards felt compelled to share just a little bit of that. And I filmed after the fact, talking to the camera instead of sitting down and trying to vlog when difficult things are happening. For me, I feel more comfortable vlogging after the fact, just talking to the camera. And so it's not a hard and fast rule, we'll never share anything that's difficult, because difficult things are part of life. But we find it better to film them maybe after the fact when we have a little bit more clarity and can just explain what's going on. For example, when Mark's plane malfunctioned, he was filming because he wanted to film the hunt that he was going on, and then the plane just happened to malfunction. And we honestly were not going to share that video until Mark felt like he could share about what a blessing it was that God looked over him and gave him such a clear answer to turn the plane around and get to safety. So when he felt like he wanted to share that message, then we decided to share that they had a plane malfunction, rather than to share it in a light of just drama. We just want people to know that we almost died. That didn't feel appropriate to us, but when we had the positive message to go with it, then it felt like something that we could share on the channel. So, yes, we share our children. Yes, we are very careful about what we share. I love my children deeply. They know the ins and outs of YouTube. We talk about life. We talk about money. We talk about relationships. We talk about what's going on with our kids all the time. I don't feel like my parents talk to me about how life runs as an adult as much as I talk to my kids. I'm very transparent. I'm very transparent about what's going on the channel and what it means. And so as they're getting older, they can choose to be in videos or not be in videos. I don't know if that will change at any time. For now, that's what we feel comfortable with. Yes, we live in a world where things can get weird, but we just hope that we can share light and we can share the happiness that we have as a family with the world. So that's why we share eating together and cooking together and recreating together, because that's when we're happiest. That's when we are just feel like we're thriving, and sharing some of the hard things felt like the right thing to do. And this community just supported us so well through all of that. So that was something that I could have never, ever predicted. And now I get emails from people saying how much our videos help them when they're going through a hard time. And that keeps me posting. That keeps me pulling out the camera for people that are going through something difficult, or maybe something similar, or they're lonely, or they just want to feel what it's like to be part of a family and our love of Alaska. So we're glad that we can share this amazing state with our viewers. We really just feel grateful to be here, and I think our viewers hopefully can feel that. I do want to just talk very briefly on how I get paid on YouTube in case you're not aware. You can use YouTube as a hobby, but YouTube is a lot of work. Filming videos, coming up with ideas, making thumbnails, editing your videos, getting them perfect is a lot of work, whether you're a baby YouTuber or you've been around for a while. And it almost just gets to be more work because you care more about what you're putting out. So YouTube is a free platform to become a content creator on, which is amazing. But to get paid by YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in a 365-day period. Now, they may have changed that number since when I got monetized. That's what they call it. I heard rumors that it had changed a little bit, but you have to get 4,000 hours of watch time in a 365-day period. And it's like a rolling period. Like one day falls off and the new day at the end of the year comes on. So you're not gonna like lose a whole year's worth of watch time. But when you first start out and people aren't watching much of your videos, like it takes a really long time for that to happen. So for over a year, I was putting out multiple videos a month without making any money, which I just really enjoyed the process of it. I had a vision for where I wanted it to go. It took me over a year. I want to say it was almost even 2 years before I got monetized. And then after you get monetized, you get paid for the ads that are put on your video by YouTube. You do not get to pick which ads are put out on YouTube because those ads are often tailored to the people that are watching them. But those advertisers pay Google, because Google owns YouTube. If you didn't know that, that's why it's such a good search engine. Google takes that money from the advertisers and gives the content creator 55 to 60%, and then they keep the other about 40 to 45%. It just varies sometimes. That makes me very grateful for the ads that are on YouTube. When my kids complain about watching ads, I say, you know what? That's how that creator is getting paid for making this video and taking all that time to make this video. So we just have to be grateful that those ads are there. You get paid per 1,000 views of your video. Now at first that was like 50 cents or $10 a day, and then all of a sudden it would be like a $90 day if I would put out a really good video, and you're like, wow, I made $90 today. So it just starts, and then that does get bigger. There are times when a video has a very low advertiser payment on it and you don't make as much money, and then there's other ones where they put a big advertiser on your video and you get more payments. So it is nothing steady. You don't actually know what you're gonna make on a video, but it's pretty amazing that you get to be part of that money for that the company brings in, that you don't have to find those advertisers. So it just depends on who's watching the videos, how much you get paid. I know that it can vary a ton. Some people only get paid $2 per 1,000 views per video. And then there's like finance channels out there that can make $50 per 1,000 views on a video just because of the advertisers that can be put on those videos. So there is no like hard and fast rule on how much money you're gonna make, and it's kind of always just a surprise, but that is how I started making money on YouTube. Then after the channel grew, you may notice that I have been accepting some more advertisements, but those have to be very clear that this is a sponsored post. So the reason why I like those kind of advertisements is because I can make it very clear, like, thank you to Raycon for sponsoring this video. Thank you to Graza Olive Oil for sponsoring today's video. And when those happen, I am getting paid by that company to talk about a product that I love and that I use. So how cool is that, that they are willing to use everyday people like me to make them a commercial rather than like hiring some big agency. And now they do hire big agencies and they make big commercials, but they have this new avenue of using smaller creators that can promote their products. So how amazing that they can pay me directly for doing those kind of things. I have some big family goals that we're working towards. So as I have been able to accept a few more of those advertisements, it has been a huge blessing to our family, because sometimes the videos that I put out, I spend way more money putting those videos together than I make on that video. Like when we go on a trip and we do an excursion, I spend way more money than I'm ever gonna make on that video. So having these advertisements can make it so that we can do more things, explore more things to share with our channel. That being said, I am extremely picky about who I work with. From the very beginning of starting the channel, I started getting emails, and at that point it was probably like 1 or 2 a week where it was like, here, we want to send you this product, will you make us a video for free? That sounds kind of fun, but I just decided not really to do much of that because it just started to grow. I get over 100 emails a week saying, I'm an Amazon seller, I'm going to send you this product, we have this XYZ product, make us a video. And I don't want to promote every single offer that comes across the table, especially if I haven't tried and liked the products. That isn't necessarily something that I want to promote. If it's something that interests me, every once in a while, I will go do my own research, order the product, try it out, and then maybe get back to that company and say, hey, let's work together. Let's make this happen. There are some products that I talk about where I go and I find an affiliate link so that I can get paid a little bit of money if you guys order that product. So like my protein powder that I like, that company does not pay me to make any sort of advertisements for them. I just truly love that protein powder. So when they're having a sale, I signed up for what's called their affiliate program, and then I get a little bit of money when any of you buy it for doing that advertising. So that's called an affiliate sale. So if I ever give you like a Amazon link to something that we've bought and liked, I will get 10 cents affiliate for doing that. My favorite geometry dish towels. Again, I bought those myself, loved those towels, went on and found out how to join their affiliate program, and then I get a discount code. That's how they track it. Actually, they don't have a discount code anymore, but I get a link that's specific to me. And then if you guys use that link, then I get a little bit of money back. I just like to share the behind the scenes of some of this stuff because I know people don't always understand. But if you look around in my videos, even after I do those videos for the advertisers, I use Graza olive oil every single day. Hunter took my Raycon earbuds and always has them in his pocket and is using them every single day. We take the Grun's vitamins, the whole family. Actually, Mark doesn't take them. He has his own vitamin routine, but me and the kids, we all take Grun's vitamins. Like, once I try these products, if I like them, I talk about them. I take on that advertisement, and then we continue to use them. And, you know, just like you may come to a point where you find something else that you want to use. So you may not always see me use the exact same products, but I'm very, very picky. Like I said, I get hundreds of emails now a week. Sometimes it feels like 100 in a day where I just say, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you. One, if it doesn't fit with my audience, not something you guys would be interested in, something I would never buy, I just say no thank you, because I like getting paid for the work that I do, but I don't want to do that necessarily just by, you know, having ads for things all the time. I do appreciate it when you guys order or at least click and look at it if that's a product you're interested in. If you are actually interested in the olive oil, go ahead and click that link. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. If your kid or grandkid really is interested in something like KiwiCo, I am so grateful when you use my link so that it tells the company like she did a good job talking about that. But I never expect people to go and buy those things if it's not something that they're actually interested in trying. So don't feel pressured, but just know that that's a way that I can keep doing this channel is by taking on just a few advertisers. Usually I have about 5 a month recently, but I'm putting out 15 videos a month. So really you may feel like, oh, she's doing an ad every video. It's never that. Sometimes because of deadlines, they fall like back to back to back. That's just how it works because I got to get them out before the end of the month. But you can just skip through them or you can watch them and just say, that's a cool product, but you don't have to buy them. And that's totally fine. I just think it's a really cool way that content creators can make money for the work they do, because we would never expect like our plumber to do work and not get paid. This has become a job for me and I'm grateful that money comes in so that I can keep doing it. I have here a list of things I wanted to talk about, and meeting people, getting emails from people and how the channel has touched them. Meeting people that moved to Alaska and said, we were so scared and then we found your videos and then we knew that we could have a good life up here. People planning their trips to Alaska, feeling excited because of our videos, like that is what it's all about. And I'm so grateful for that, because if it was just about me, it would get kind of boring. But when I think of all of you out there, that's what keeps the channel moving along. Now, where are we going from here? We're just gonna keep making videos, one video at a time. As I have ideas, I'm gonna keep making them. Now, I do have some ideas that I just never have time to make. Like I have tried to make this video celebrating 100,000 subscribers for almost 6 months now. Wait, let's see, May, June, July, August, September. Okay, 4 months, sorry. 4 months I have wanted to film this video and it's taken me this long. Some videos are just easy to film, like I go to Costco every 10 to 14 days, so it's easy to bring you all along. Other videos where I just need a little bit of time by myself are a little bit harder to sit down and film because I'm not by myself very often. I've been interrupted several times while I've been filming this, which is totally fine. It's just the reality of it. So where's the channel going? We've got some big ideas, some big goals, and we're just gonna keep filming videos, sharing life in Alaska, life with our family, adventures, and we're just gonna bring you along one video at a time to see where it all takes us. We have been asked several times by viewers, what has happened to Mark's channel? If you don't know, he has a channel that is called Alaska Boys. Now, when we started this channel, I talked a lot about in this video how what our viewers wanted to see dictates what we film. We found out pretty quickly that a large portion of our viewers did not love to see the entire hunt of an animal or things like that, which is totally fine. So on this channel, we show like the shortened couple-minute version of a hunt, and then more we show what we do with the meat and cooking it and processing it and putting it away. So Mark does have a channel where they do more of like the hunting and fishing. I just run out of time to do his videos and my videos because really being a mom, being a wife is my top priority. I only have a very limited amount of time to do my YouTube channel. When Mark would bring me home a video of a hunt, it would be like 6 hours because when you're hunting, you never know when the exciting thing is gonna happen. And I didn't know the storyline. I didn't know when the exciting parts would be. So I would have to watch all of that footage to try and make a video. So until Mark has time or the desire to kind of story out his own videos and edit them down, I just couldn't keep up with both of them. So sadly, that channel kind of has gone dormant for the past 2 years. He has talked about reviving it. Hunter has talked about reviving it. We will see what happens with it. It is fun to have those memories. I have probably at least 6 hunts and adventures that he has filmed and I just have on SD cards. We'll see if one day they can become a video, even though it'll be like going back in time. If it becomes a priority for Mark, then his channel will be revived. And we'll see. That would be an exciting thing for him to get to discover the joy of having an audience the way that I have enjoyed having this audience. Oh, back here. I don't know if you can see it. We did end up winning Best Alaskan Influencer. We got the Denali Award. I announced it back in July on our email list and then in a YouTube post that we had won, but I haven't talked about it. So Best Alaska Influencer, it's this magazine called the Alaska Business Magazine. They were running a contest where you could submit different businesses, and I saw that they had Best Influencer. I feel like we do a pretty good job sharing the state of Alaska and all that it has to offer. So I asked our audience to go on and vote, and then you all showed up. You voted for This Alaska Life, got us first place, and here's an interesting story. I was driving to the gym and I heard that we had won, but they didn't tell us what place we got. And as I'm driving to the gym, I thought, I wonder if anybody ever got like way more votes than anybody else, if they would acknowledge that in any way. It was just like a fleeting thought, and then I drove to the gym. The next day, I got an email saying, you won Denali Influencer, which means first place. And just so you know, you got way more votes than anybody has ever gotten in this competition. And I was like, well, that's cool. That was like the answer to the question I had in my head. We got like 4,500 votes. She said usually people get about 600 or 700 is like the max for a first place. So that's all of you. We just say thank you. Really, what does it mean? Not much, other than when I reach out to companies like, hey, we want to come make a video of your company. We won Best Alaska Influencer. We're trying to promote the state of Alaska. Do you want to work with us? We're hoping that that can open some doors there, but really it's just a testament to how awesome all of you are for supporting our channel and cheering us on. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And we got this fun plaque, which has the Tundra artist, Chad Carpenter. He's an Alaska comic strip artist, drew that, which I felt like was kind of what made it special to me. And so we have that little plaque next to our YouTube 100,000 plaque. So that was a fun accomplishment. Now I'm going to end this video with a thank you to all of you. I have some gifts from the Nest & Co. I have 10 of them. This is where things get tricky. I will never go in the comments ever and tell you that you won anything. Ever, ever, ever. It has not happened for a long time, thankfully. But people will create fake accounts. It doesn't matter what I do. They will just go find a picture of me randomly on the internet. It doesn't matter if I put a filter on it. It doesn't matter if I put a logo on it. Technology is good enough to get rid of that. They will make a picture of me. They will make a username that looks something like close to mine, and they will tell people that they've won, and then they ask for your credit card information. I will never do that. If I do some sort of gift, it is free, and I send it directly to you. I ask for your information up front when you enter to win, but I do not ever ask for any more information like credit cards, phone numbers. I just need your name and your address, and then I put them in the mail and send them to you. Do we understand? We don't want anybody to get scammed. We close down anything that is suspicious, but that's why if you want to receive a gift or a chance to receive a gift, you need to get over on our email. There's a Google form and you can enter that way. That's the only way. It will ask for your name and your address, and then I will do a random number generator. It will tell me who won, and I will put them directly in the mail and send them to those 10 winners. I will never ask for any information beyond that. With that being said, we've got these awesome Alaska soaps. They are in shapes. This one is Denali. They smell amazing. They look beautiful. This one's called Northern Lights. How fun are those? These are called Lotta soaps. So I got 10 different ones of those. And then if you've been around for any amount of time, you know that I love my akimbo earrings. So I picked out 10 pair of akimbo earrings. All of them are different. I will just randomly put together the boxes. I have these ones, love these black and silver ones. Oh, these are the ones I'm wearing right now. Some of my favorites. Ooh, those ones are cute. These are locally made. I know the lady that makes them. We run into each other at cross-country races. Her daughters are amazing runners. And then some of my favorite geometry dish towels will be included in the box. So a soap and an earring and a thank you card. So if you want to be entered in that, there's a Google form below. Enter on our email list, either one. I'll be announcing it on there. Don't let anybody else tell you you've won. It's not me. I don't make any of those kind of announcements. I don't go along and tell people in the comments that they've won anything. That's not how it works. You just fill out the form, and then if you win, I announce it on our weekly email. If you don't know about our weekly email, I try and send it out every week, every Monday. Doesn't always happen, but more often than not, I send out an email just telling you behind the scenes what's going on, what videos to look forward to. If anything like special is happening, I announce it on there. That's kind of just our diehard fans are over on there, and it's almost hit 10,000 people. We also have 10,000 almost, or we have 10,000 over on Instagram. Instagram is a great way just to kind of see behind the scenes. Like I'll share pictures and stories. I'm not good at doing Instagram because YouTube kind of takes up most of my brain cells, and that little bit of time that I have to share, I try and put most of that energy on YouTube, but you can find us over there on Instagram, and that's a great way to send us direct messages as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Good luck to those of you that are interested in getting a little Alaska gift in the mail. I wish I could send all of you something. From the very beginning, when I wasn't making anything, I had a little bit of money from my old business, and I spent it on gifts for our viewers because it's one of my favorite things to do, to say thank you. So we are so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you for helping us get to 100,000, and we'll see you again real soon for more of This Alaska Life.